We want to find the solution to the equation x minus 3 halves equals 1/8. The solution is the value of x that makes the difference on the left equal to 1/8. In order to solve the equation for x, we need to isolate x on one side of the equation, and because the x is on the left side of the equation, our solution will be in the form of x equals some number, again where this number, minus 3 halves, equals 1/8. In order to isolate x on the left side of the equation, we don't want this minus 3 halves here. To undo minus 3 halves, we need to perform the opposite operation of the inverse operation to both sides of the equation. And therefore, to undo minus 3 halves, we need to add 3 halves to both sides of the equation. For this example, though, instead of showing the addition underneath the equation or showing it vertically, I'm going to go ahead and show it horizontally because we have fractions. So we'll add 3 halves to both sides of the equation, which would give us on the left x minus 3 halves plus 3 halves equals on the right we would have 1/8 plus 3 halves. Now looking at the left side of the equation, the plus 3 halves undoes the minus 3 halves, or we can think of this as negative 3 halves plus 3 halves, which would be 0. So now on the left side of the equation we just have x equals on the right side. In order to add the fractions, we need to obtain a common denominator, hopefully the least common denominator, which should be the least common multiple of 2 and 8. And because 8 is the least common multiple of 2 and 8, 8 is the least common denominator, and therefore we need to write 3 halves as an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 8. And because 4 times 2 equals 8, we'll multiply the numerator and denominator of 3 halves by 4. Notice now we have x equals 1/8 plus this would be 12/8, and therefore our solution is x equals 13/8. When adding fractions with like denominators, the denominator stays the same, and we add the numerators. So again, our solution is x equals 13/8. Before we go though, let's check our solution by substituting 13/8 for x in the equation. So performing the substitution, we would have 13/8 minus 3 halves equals 1/8. Now let's find this difference. The least common denominator again is 8, so we'll multiply the numerator and denominator of 3 halves by 4. So we have 13/8 minus 12/8 equals 1/8, and 13/8 minus 12/8 is 1/8. 1/8 equals 1/8 is true, verifying our solution is correct. I hope you found this helpful.